So, Sam, have you seen this entire thing?
No, I could have.
Oh Jesus! Oh, it jumps.
Fuck.
Hey kids, are you ready to play it safe?
I like this guy.
Come on in.
This does not look like
Oh, we
safety.
get it.
What the fuck?
At all.
What was he vaping out of his nose?
Burger King Bear.
BK Bear. What does the BK stand for? Burger King?
Vapey. I love how everyone has a weird name and then there's Ryan.
I know, right?
And dude.
Dude! Fucking...
Reggie looks like a crack addict.
Yeah, I was about to say, is Reggie okay?
And Mario. Crackhead 2.
Checkers also looks like a crack addict.
I prefer chess.
Is that Arnold Einstein? Arnold
Yes, it is.
That's a
Einstein.
nice one, Ryan.
Albert Einstein.
But it's not gonna go as far as mine. Oh, hi there. I didn't see you come in. My name is Sprinkler,
Because we were
and this
always
is
here.
my clubhouse. The gang's all here making paper airplanes today, and later we're gonna fly them to see whose can go the furthest.
Oh.
Hey, would you like to hang out with us today and make an airplane of your own?
I'm busy. I got
What?
things to do.
Great. Go ask your mom or dad to make sure it's all right.
Anything.
It is.
Mom!
Awesome.
I didn't get time to ask!
Yours.
Stop putting words in my
Hey,
mouth.
Blossom, this one's gonna go super.
This is my
Wait, guys, we
favorite part.
can't
This is my
continue
favorite
unless
part.
we ask our parents.
That didn't go
Yeah.
very far. Try again.
I love this. He throws that paper airplane, and you don't see it.
I'm
You don't
worried.
see
Yeah,
it fly.
and then a new one
My
appears.
finger. Is there any blood? Oh, I think I might faint. Oh, the pain.
Oh my fucking
Am I gonna
god.
die?
Do I smell trouble?
Yeah, I cut my finger, Reggie. It hurts
You're a
real
fireman.
bad.
This
See?
guy,
No. Hang on.
this fucking guy is like fucking massive to be on a kids show.
That little speck?
Yeah. Hurts so
Sprinkler, there's no blood or anything. I think you just need a Band-Aid.
A Band-Aid? Are
Yeah.
you crazy? The pain, it hurts so bad.
You're a
Do I need to call
fireman.
911?
Get used to the pain. You should be
know,
engulfed in
Sprinkler,
fire.
911 should only be used for a big emergency.
Oh.
Like a paper
Sorry.
cut.
But a paper
God,
cut
this is
is
so
not
trippy.
a big emergency.
But Charlie, it hurts.
A large man on the
so
TV
bad.
telling you to throw paper
Come
airplanes?
with me,
That's an
Sprinkler,
emergency.
and I'll put a
Yes, that
Band-Aid
is
on
an
it.
emergency.
I have one in my first aid kit.
Okay.
This janitor guy just doesn't give a fuck.
He's actually like super fucking muscular to be on a kids show.
Oh, well, that does feel better, Charlie. Thanks. But
I
it's
want those
missing the
flaming
special
pants.
medicine.
What kind of special
Oh,
medicine
yeah.
is that?
Jesus!
Well, Holly,
Stop.
Mama's special medicine is a nice, sweet kiss to make everything all better.
I'll make it better.
I don't want any fucking kisses from a crackhead. Don't
Yeah,
know what
Sprinkler's
kinds
now
of
got
HIV I
AIDS.
might get from that.
Sprinkler now has AIDS.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Charlie sure is smart, just like a doctor. I wonder if he went to
I hope my
medical
mom
school.
kisses my anxiety
Oh,
away.
Charlie's no doctor, silly. Even I learned how to do first aid in my Happy Hippo troop last week.
Wait, he doesn't know first aid and he's a
I've
fireman?
heard of mermaids and Kool-Aid, but never first aid.
Well, Reggie,
Maybe he meant to say
first aid
fired
is taking care
man.
of someone right after
Oh.
they are hurt.
Nice.
Why not just call
Sick
911?
burn, bro.
Because a lot of the time when we get hurt, it's just a small cut or bruise, sprain, or strains. It's not a big emergency.
Oh. So,
What are these
if
sound
we know what
effects?
to do, we can give first aid and take
First
care
aids.
of it all by ourselves.
That skunk is scaring the shit out of me.
Cuts, burns, strains and sprains? I get those a lot. We better learn first
Being a
aid.
fireman?
You're a firefighter! What
What
is
the
this?
fuck?
You need a first aid kit
What?
to keep you safe from harm. But what if you are skateboarding and fall and scrape your arm?
If you listen to this
The cut may
mixtape,
start
it's
to
pretty
bleed,
fire.
But you can stop it right away. A Band-Aid does the trick so you can stay and play. First aid.
Ain't nothing like videos of Sprinkler the Clown alone with kids.
Any kid can do it. There's nothing to it if you know what to do.
This is such a basic beat.
It can help.
First aid.
This means
The kids watching this don't know how to write their names. How do you expect them to know how to treat a wound? This is a show for
If you trip
potheads
while
at
playing
3:30 in the
ball
morning.
And sprain your ankle.
Yeah.
Ooh, no need
Not
to
that I
shout
would know.
or jump about. I'll tell you what to do. Use bandages
Don't use
or
drugs.
tape to wrap your ankle good. You can be sure it'll feel secure and heal like
Where'd you
it
come from?
should.
And why are you
First
taping my
aid.
leg?
It can help.
First aid.
This means
There's
you.
nothing even
Any
wrong
kid
with
can
it.
do it. There's nothing to it if you know what to do.
First aid.
It can help.
First aid.
This means you.
Just
Any
shut up,
can
kid,
do it.
and
There's nothing
sit
to it
down.
if you know what to do.
Is he having a stroke?
Do you
I
think
feel
that
like-
all these
If you're riding on
shows,
your bike
like, do you
and
think our
fall and
childhood
scrape
shows
your
are this
knee,
bad?
I'll tell you, hun, this
Looking
isn't
back.
fun. I think that you'll agree.
I've seen some
Clean
people
that
at my
owie
school wear
off
stuff like that.
And put on that Band-Aid. It'll feel better in any weather because you used first aid.
One time I
What,
touched
skunk
the
costumes?
stove and got a time.
No, the fireman.
I knew what to do, and so can you. So listen up and
All
learn.
that makeup.
Oh
Just
god.
put it underwater. Make sure the water's cool. No cream at first, it will make it worse. You don't learn this at school.
First aid.
It can help.
Because you're 3 years old and you're learning the fucking
Any
alphabet.
Because
kid
you're
can do
not
it.
in
There's
school.
nothing to it if you know what to do.
First aid.
It can help.
First aid.
This means you. Any kid can do it. There's nothing to it if you know what to do.
I feel like I'm fucking dreaming right now.
It's your
Like this
birthday.
can't.
It's your birthday.
What the
Go
fuck is
Sprinkler.
going
Go
on?
Sprinkler.
Like,
This is on the
can't-
official
It's your
YouTube
birthday.
page
Go
for the city.
Sprinkler. Go Sprinkler.
The city is
It's
so
your
proud of
birthday.
this.
It's your birthday.
For the
Go
city?
Sprinkler. What?
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 What are you talking about, Sam? Like honestly, like this cannot be real. I must
It's
be asleep
real.
right now.
It's a homestay of the city of Chandler, Arizona.
This is so fucking surreal.
That was totally awesome.
You're
Now I know
goddamn
what to
right,
do the next time I get a
Sprinkler.
cut or a
Fucking
scrape.
hell, that was fucking awesome.
10 out of 10.
Thanks for that.
What did we
I-
just watch?
10 out
I
of 10
can't
kids
watch
show, that's
anymore.
what we watched.
I feel like I'm going to ascend to a higher level of I don't even know what that was.
Next week, and I'm not shitting you, I already have the video of the week figured out for next episode.
Get the
Can't
fuck out of
wait.
here, Sam.
Would you like to know what it is?
No, don't fucking tell me. I don't want to know.
Okay, I'll tell you next week. And I haven't actually watched it, so I don't
Is
know
it
what it's
Sprinkler
like.
the musical episode 2?
It has nothing. Oh, wait, no. It does have something to do with kids shows, but it's completely different.
It fucking better be. It better be.
But I'm
it
screaming
better be,
the lyrics.
Chris Chan. Better be Chris Chan and his fucking hit single.
Has nothing to do with Chris Chan. It's stranger than Chris Chan.
Jackie
Is
Chan.
it Stranger Than Chris Chan, the movie? New
It's
Netflix series.
Strange.
It's like Life is Strange, but it's
Jeez. Okay.
here. I got a good segue that can bring us into you and Dallas' story. All right, it's time for fucking stupid anti-joke of the week. Are you ready? Are you guys ready for the anti-joke? This is it's brace yourselves. This is a
Oh
fucking
god,
long
no.
one.
He's gonna repeat the same joke.
So it's not the same joke. Okay, all right. So there's this rich family, right?
Okay.
And the mom got into like a car accident and died when her son was really little. It's very very unfortunate for the family. But since then, the dad, being pretty old, can't really find a new wife. So his son is all he's got. His son and a whole bunch of money. So he pampers the ever-living fuck out of his son. He buys it, like, the son will be walking down, like, Toys R Us, and he'll just point at a toy on the shelf, and the dad will buy it, no questions asked, no matter what it is. Even if it's a girl's toy, doesn't fucking matter. The father will buy him anything for his son.
Alright.
So, fast forward a few years. So the son was like 5. It's now his 14th birthday. And the father asks his son, "Son, what would you like for your birthday?" And the son says, "Father, I am the most fortunate child on this planet. I have everything a kid could possibly want. However, there's one thing that I would like from you, Dad." And the father says, "Anything for you, son." And the child asks for a single pink ping pong ball.
Oh no, I've heard of this one.
The father says, "Okay, alright, sure." So he goes and he purchases a single pink ping pong ball for his son. The son thanks him on his birthday, and then the next day, it's gone without a trace.
Wait, before you
gone.
continue, just so you know, this podcast is gonna this joke is gonna take over like 90% of the podcast, because this joke is forever.
No, I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. So
is this the Hobbit movie of jokes?
And all the trilogy.
This is the Lord of the Rings series of
plus
jokes.
deleted scenes.
Yes. Including this one.
Anyways.
So, fast forward. It's his next birthday. Father asks, "What would you like for your birthday, son?" And the son, once again, goes with the same spiel that he did last time. "I'm the most fortunate child on this planet. I have everything I could possibly want. However, there is something I would like." And the father asks, "What?" And the child replies, "I would like 5 pink ping pong balls." And the father's like, "Okay, whatever you want." So on his birthday, he gets 5 pink ping pong balls, and in the morning, all of them are gone without a trace. The father has no idea where they're going. Next birthday, it's his 16th birthday. The father asks the kid, "Is there anything you want for your birthday?" Kid once again says, "I'm the most fortunate kid on this planet, but I want one thing. I want 1 package of pink ping pong balls." Father's like, "Okay." Gives him a package of pink ping pong balls. And the next day, they're gone without a trace. The package is gone as well. The cardboard. It's not in the recycling bin outside their house. It's completely gone. Next year, the same birthday wish. He wants ping pong balls. Pink ping pong balls. But instead of a package, he wants 2. And the same routine continues. He keeps asking for more and more pink ping pong balls. And the next morning, they are completely gone without a trace.
I'm trying so hard to think of something to make this less boring.
It's now his 19th birthday, and his father asks him what he would like, and he says, "This may be a little bit too much, but I will completely understand if you decline, Father. I would like an entire warehouse filled with pink ping pong balls." And the father says, "Anything for you, son." And on the day of his birthday, the father drives him down to the warehouse and opens up the warehouse doors to reveal massive storage containers filled with packages and packages of pink ping pong balls. The son enters the warehouse, closes the doors, and the next morning, everything was gone from that warehouse, including the storage containers that were holding the packages, which are also gone, that were containing the pink ping pong balls. Everything within the warehouse was gone without a trace. Then, it was his 20th birthday. The child had asked for yet more ping pong balls. And the father, instead of complying immediately, says, "Okay, son, I will give you as many ping pong balls as you want. However, I must ask of you what you are doing with the ping pong balls." And the son says, "I will tell you after my birthday." And the father says, "Okay, I respect your privacy." So the next day, or later that day, the kid gets in a car accident. And he has to be rushed to the hospital. So the father gets to the hospital, and the kid's lying in his bed. He's got an IV in his arm. Doctors say he might not be able to make it. The father says, "Son, I know I've respected your privacy, but before you die, should you die, I need to know, what were you doing with those ping pong balls?" And the son replies, "Father, you've been the most amazing father a child could ever ask for. You've given me everything I've wanted in life, and so much more. I could never ask for a better father than you. And so, I will tell you what I was doing with the ping pong balls that you were giving me each and every birthday. What I was doing with the ping pong balls was..." And then he dies.
Well, that's all for tonight, folks. Go.
I don't have words. I don't have words.
Just gonna go delete my account and change my name.
So, is that better or worse, or is it about on par with the man with the big orange head anti-joke?
It's still better than the Avengers.
2.
Okay, that's all I needed to hear.
The Avengers 2. Are you guys excited for
yes,
Infinity War? Because I have
wanna
no
see that
interest
so
at
bad.
this point.
It's gonna be so good.
Dexter?
I'm indifferent.
I'm glad I'm not
It's
the
gonna
only
be so
one.
busy at my theater. You won't believe it. It was so busy for Black Panther as it is.
Yeah,
of
I know,
theaters.
you're fucked.
Like the AV.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a
Okay.
pretty awkward question. Because having worked there for a year, I didn't even see a lot of black people. I didn't even see a lot of black people for Barbershop when that was playing. Was the audience going to see Black Panther and buying tickets for Black Panther mainly black?
It didn't change much, but it was significantly more than there was before.
It was significantly darker.
Oh my
Stop,
god,
Dexter.
we're getting demonetized.
We've already been demonetized.
We have reached demonetized
Dexter.
levels that shouldn't be possible.
Yeah.
Dexter, you're talking to the two guys who basically spent years between the two of us working at one of the largest largest movie theaters in the city, if not the province. What do you want to ask us?
Okay. Actually, this is quite interesting because just the other day, I was listening to a podcast about a dude who worked in an AMC theater in the States. So, I want to know what's your policy on when you're cleaning theaters and you find money?
Do we have a policy?
No, not really. Well, unless it's like you find a wallet.
Can
as
you
long as
just
it's
take
like
it?
over, if it's like
Oh,
under
okay.
$5, you can keep it if you like. So if it's like significantly a lot more,
But I mean,
then you
who'd
would
know?
probably hand it over to the office, I guess, or at least the wallet for
Who
sure.
would know though? Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. But it's like, oh yeah, I found a wallet. It was empty. I
Yeah.
found it. Nothing
Funny
inside.
story,
It's just
actually.
a wallet.
Then someone must have.
Funny
taken
story.
the insides.
One day when I was closing floor, I had a guy who was like coming in. And he was like, "Have you seen Wallet around this auditorium?" I was like, "No, I haven't seen anything." So I can let you go in so you can check. And then he spent like 2 minutes to look for it. He's like, "I found my wallet, but I had $300 in it, but it's gone."
Why you bring $300?
That was
to the movie
my
theater, Adam? No?
exact question.
I feel like he was bullshitting you.
He looked like a guy that would have
Just a hunch.
$300 from a drug deal, for sure.
Specifically a
Yeah,
drug deal.
he looked like a kind of guy that would do that.
Not a pink ping pong ball deal. Okay, all right. I got.
Are you done your story?
It's not as.
Fucking anti-human.
It's not as long as Dexter's like 10-minute joke.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, God damn it.
I got a few more questions. So how often do you pop the popcorn?
Constantly.
Constantly.
Especially during a rush, constantly.
Okay. Oh, actually no, never mind. I was gonna say why the fuck is everything so expensive, but that's obvious. It's because they want to make money.
Well, I explained that last week, but
Yeah.
at the same time, yeah, it doesn't need to be that expensive.
I actually found from Walmart you can get our type of popcorn. You can get like one with extra butter for only like $2, and it feels like more than a large bag of popcorn would.
Jesus.
Oh shit.
Yeah, 'cause, I remember one of our managers, right before he quit, went on a rant one day. He was like grabbing food on break, and I was like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" And he looked up at the boards. I don't think you were here for this, Dallas, but he looked up at the boards, and he just said, "Man, why the fuck are our food snacks so expensive? Between you and me, we make a profit on the actual tickets alone, so I don't know why the fuck
That's
our
what
food
people
is so
tell
expensive."
us every day.
Have you ever noticed how they place the screens and how it is so adverse to keeping people happy? I noticed that. Because we have a very specific theater, and I remember this because I like looking at box office numbers. Anyone who watched last week's episode knows this.
Yes.
But the thing I find fascinating is we have this specific theater, Theater 10, and it's one of our biggest theaters. It seats
It's bigger.
400
It's
people,
bigger.
which is just
Yeah,
as
it's
many
sort of
people as
bigger
our
than the AVX.
Yeah, which is kind of nuts. But so every time there's a big blockbuster, even just the biggest movie of any given week, it ends up in Theater 10. And the version they play in Theater 10 is always the 3D one. Meanwhile, they'll give, Theater 14 or Theater 11 or whatever, they'll give that theater the 2D version. Something people don't seem to realize. The statistics might show different. People fucking hate 3D. The majority of people hate 3D. So what you have is like Theater 14's playing the 2D version, and it's got, 140 seats compared to the 400 that Theater 10 has. So those get sold out, 30 or 40 minutes before the showtime. So all of a sudden you've got a long line of people who are pissed off because now they have to wait an extra half hour to watch the version in 3D, which means they're spending an extra $6 for them and their kid to wear glasses that'll be uncomfortable and won't add anything to the movie. And so a lot of them just leave. And, if a tenth of the people that, if there's, 50 people left over and 10% of them won't go to 3D, right there, that's, 60, 70 bucks you're losing.
I completely agree with you with that. But we did have that one time with Jumanji where it was actually complete opposite, and it turned out to be, and number 10 still turned out to be sold out once. Yeah,
number 10 got sold out.
Yeah, for
was
TD.
It 2D then?
It was the first time I've ever seen it sold out before. It only happened once.
Let's just finish off. What else do you have? What else questions do you have for us, Dexter?
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. Well. Okay. Was there ever a time when, like, if there was a movie that was coming out, or like a movie coming out by a specific person, that like your manager would like not let you have the time off for if you asked for it because they knew that it would be busy?
I've never tried it, but I think it's I don't think people would make that excuse in order to have that day off. I think they would have some other excuse just to have that day off. But
Okay.
sometimes we
Alright.
don't have that day off just because of luck. Like I once, the very first day of Rogue One, I was off that day, so I was very lucky.
Lucky bastard! My God.
But it was also the day there was a massive snowstorm, so there was no one in there anyway.
Okay.
The one rule I will say that they didn't state that I won't forget is I'll call it the Christmas and New Year's rule. And there were 4 days included in that: Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day.
Okay.
And you always had to be available to work at least 2 of those, I think. Or half a day on each of those days, or something like that. You had to be able to work at least half of the time.
Yeah, to work
exceeded by
like
those
2 of
4
those days.
That was actually my next question. So I'm glad that got answered.
My last concession
That's pretty
shift was
fucked.
actually New Year's Eve, and that was like I
You
know
don't work
that was my
concession
last
anymore.
one though. That was the last time I
What do you
that
work
was the last time
mostly
I've
then?
worked in concession, but mostly in box. You just I know.
That's nice. I
Sam
miss box.
Sam was the
Box
one
is
that
really
inspired me to go to box, and we had the best times.
I think I was the first dude that went to box like consistently at the theater, because sexism. I broke
No,
down
I'm
borders of sexism
the only
at
dude
the
that
theater.
constantly works there.
That's well, I mean, Jake works Poptopia all the time, doesn't he?
Yes.
Shout out to my boy Jake. Jake will probably be our second guest on the show.
I've seen it, unless we get Aiden.
We should really get Aiden in sometime.
Yeah, Aiden and I have 2 stories, one of which you have no idea what it is, and I'm excited to tell you about because holy shit. But that's for
This story I'm
another
actually
episode.
really excited to tell
Stay tuned,
about.
audience.
I guess I might. Well, wait
about the
till
drunk girls?
Dexter finishes his questions.
No, I'm good. You're good
Dexter,
to go. Go ahead.
Keep asking us questions, dude.
I got nothing left. My question vein is dry.
Okay, Dallas,
Okay.
I have one question for you. What is the dumbest fucking guest
Oh,
you've ever
man.
had?
Pick a number. Oh my god, it was just. Oh wait.
Tell
I'll
us
tell
some
you the one I
highlights
had
of
today.
stupidity.
So I asked her if she had a scene card, and she was like, and she was a senior, by the way. And she was like, well, I'm from Maple Ridge. I'm like, this is across Canada. This ain't this. You know, I just didn't even respond to that. Just be like, okay.
I have one to one up you on that. I had a woman give me her.
Oh, I just
social
had that
insurance
yesterday.
Card
Fuck.
when I asked for her scene number.
Oh my fucking god.
You
I don't know what people are thinking.
meet the weirdest people there.
Jesus Christ.
I think the dumbest
clearly.
thing I've ever seen happen to a coworker was we sell all those specialty hot dogs, right? Where like we'll fix up a hot dog for
Ow.
you. I remember specifically this guy ordered a nacho dog. For those of you that don't know what it is, it's a hot dog. We cover it in cheese sauce, and then we just stuff it with like tortilla chips.
It's important that you clarify that it's not cheese, it's cheese sauce.
Correct.
It's nasty.
Cheese
is
whiz.
the bottom line. But this guy called up, or this guy ordered from my friend, and he asked for a nacho dog, but he said, "Don't use a bun."
Oh, I think I remember that.
That's disgusting.
So all of a sudden you just see our poor coworker just standing there with like a tray, and I'm like, "Buddy, you all right?" And he just shakes his head and says, "I don't know how I'm supposed to do this."
I do remember like
It's actually
there was a
disgusting.
guy with like a small like tray like a size for a hot dog. It's just a wiener and cheese.
I don't understand some people.
It's just a cheesy wiener on tray.
Or I had a guy once, and this just proves how tired I was because I think it was a morning shift. One of the first customers I had comes up to me. Does the popcorn have any nuts in it?
Okay, all right. I need
It
to.
has seeds, not nuts.
Where are these people?
Oh, they're
Where
everywhere.
are these people? Where are they in real life though? Like you see them like in stories like this where it's like fucking in retail and shit like that. You have stupid people ask stupid questions. But where are they in real life? Where do you find them just going like taking public transit? They're surrounding you. You never interact with these people, but they're surrounding you. They're fucking stupid. You don't know it. They don't know it. We could be the stupid ones.
For all I know, I probably
Fuck.
lost a
I doubt
ton
it.
of brain cells work. But
Have you ever seen any guests get into like a major fight? Because I've seen that before. Not
I've-
while I
I've
was
seen,
working,
like-
thank God. But
well, I've seen like one guest call another guest a bitch.
how did that get resolved?
The one who called her a bitch just left, and the one that got called a bitch, I had to serve her.
Oh God, I've seen kids wrestling each other
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah.
the lobby.
Actually,
While, like their parents go to get them popcorn.
I got another question. I just thought of one. Has anybody like ever like tried to sneak in food? And I don't mean like, oh yeah, of course people have. I mean like just straight up walking with like a bag of Subway.
No, I have a worse story.
Okay.
I have a worse story. So our theater is about a couple blocks away from I think like a superstore, right?
Yeah.
Some guy bought a bunch of
Oh,
fucking
yeah, I
food
remember
groceries, like not a little bit, like 3 or 4 bags, and tried to come into the theater with 3 or 4 bags of groceries.
Did you try
And,
to
like,
hide them?
The first manager that they had come in was like, "Yeah, no, you can't bring your groceries in here. Are you fucking stupid? Are you mental? This is not gonna happen. It's a very basic rule, you know."
Yeah.
So they called over the senior manager because this guy was making a fuss, and the senior manager just let the guy in because he doesn't give a shit. Nobody gives a shit. But what is the weirdest thing you've seen in a theater, Dallas?
I've
'Cause
seen a bit of weird things. First one I saw like so many bottles of beer and wine, like not just like not like portable wine, but like big bottles of wine to like share with people. I don't know how people bring that in. And one thing I find so weird to bring over is like large boxes of pizza. Like, I don't know how it's possible to sneak that large box in. Because even if you try to put it sideways, the pizza's going to get messy. So you got to keep it, like, horizontal.
That's true.
So I don't understand how they transfer it there without being caught.
Maybe they have like a really really thin pizza box so that no matter which orientation it's in, unless it's upside down, then
I
that.
don't even know, dude. The weirdest thing I've found. Okay, first off, I've heard rumors that I think somebody once saw a cucumber after a screening of 50 Shades of Grey in our theater. But the
Okay.
weirdest thing isn't even the alcohol or some of the other stuff. The weirdest thing I've ever seen is people will bring in, like, you know when you go to the supermarket and you want to, you're like, I want blueberries. And they have, like, the plastic container of the blueberries to bring home. like,
Yeah.
the fresh blueberries.
Yeah.
I've been in theaters that were just filled to the brim with those.
What the fuck?
And I don't know whose bright idea it is to bring in these plastic cases of fresh berries into the theater.
Well, hey.
But it's way more common than you'd think.
At least it wasn't filled with blueberries scattered all over the floor.
Or,
like an ocean of blueberries.
I've seen it. While I'm serving people, in the past, while I was serving people, I would serve this family. And, like, the mother would be handing out snack bags to her kids with, like, munchies in them. Like, these little plastic bags. And just like, okay, bring this into the theater because we don't want to pay for concessions. Just right in front of my face. Yeah. What do you do about, like, enforcing the age rules? Like, are you super strict on that?
I'm pretty restrict on it because, like, some of the people that are on door, they check their IDs, whether or not they've gone through me or the kiosk. And sometimes I just find that very annoying when I just say, like, I'll let them in. And he's like, no, you can't let them in. I was like, okay, I'll just be more strict next time. So I'm just more strict about it because I don't want to deal with, like, the aftermath. But there is some funny, like, times where they just want to, like, fight with me. And I'm just like, it's the law, man. I can't do anything about it.
I'll be honest, since I'm gone from the place, it took me a while, but I had a very firm strategy that I used every time with younger kids. I'd be like, are you 14 or whatever? And they'd be like, oh, yeah, I'm in grade 9. Yeah, I got my school card. And I'd always tell them the exact same thing. So I'd look like the good guy while still technically enforcing the rule. I'd say, I'll give you your tickets. Don't be wasting my time. Just letting you know the person on the floor will probably be asking you for ID. And if they say no, you're going to have to refund your tickets. And usually they're like, yeah, okay, whatever. And generally most of the time it's okay. But, like, yeah, it's
my strategy.
Nuts. I will say
my strategy is, like, I think when I looked at them, I asked myself, would I give them a kid's ticket or a general ticket? Even if they're going to, like, a PG movie, would I give them a kid's ticket or a PG? If they look young enough for a kid's ticket, then I would definitely ID them. If they look old enough for a general ticket, then I wouldn't ID them.
The one thing I still want to talk about is Dong.
What?
Were you there for the day that I served Dong Dong?
No, I can't remember.
Okay, there was a huge blockbuster that we were playing. Like, huge. I want to say either a Star Wars movie or a Marvel movie. It was, like, super big, right? And so this guy comes up, and he wanted to buy, 3 tickets for the AVX for whatever this huge blockbuster was. And so I'm like, okay, whatever. Scan in your scene card, and I've seen some really stupid scene cards. Like, I think I've seen a couple that said Barry McCockiner. White dudes, of course. White dudes who have nothing better to do with their lives.
Of course.
But, I'm like, okay, so I scan in his card, and his name is Dong Dong. I'm like, well, that's a stupid-ass name, but I'm not gonna fault him. If he's a fine guy, I won't give a shit what his name is. So, Dong Dong picks his seats.
Dong.
And at this point, the theater is so packed that, like, the only thing he can get is, like, 3rd row from the front. So, he's got to get these seats right now because they might be taken by the person ordering tickets right next to him.
Yeah.
And so I give him the seats. I tell him his total. He's like, okay, debit. I'm like, okay. So he goes to punch in the numbers and stuff. He gets to the part with the pin, and then he pulls his card out. I'm like, okay, whoops. Human error, it happens sometimes. Try again. He's like, oh, okay. So, he does it, he goes to put his pin, and then he pulls out the card again. So I'm like, buddy,
oh my
you
fucking God.
Wait until it says accepted. Wait until it says remove card. Just, put the pin in, wait, and I'll print out your tickets. He's like, oh, okay. So he goes to do it again, pulls out his card again. I'm like, this fucking guy.
His pull-out game is strong.
So he goes to pull out his phone and call somebody. I'm guessing, like, he doesn't know the pin to this card. And I'm like, this is really annoying. but there's not really a lineup, so I'm not gonna kick him out. It is what it is. Just have him stand here and phone whoever he needs to phone. But he doesn't just stand there. He walks right off into the middle of the lobby with his phone. So I'm like, you're gone, okay, I'm gonna serve the next guest. If you don't get your seats that you wanted, whatever, dong. So eventually he comes back to me like 25 minutes later, and the call didn't take that long. I had my eye on him. He just sort of wandered off into wherever his little planet is.
La La Land.
And here's the kicker, though. He comes back 20 minutes later. He's all ready to go. He's like, yeah, okay. His seats were still there that he picked. Somehow nobody had picked them yet.
What the fuck?
Lucky bastard, his seats were still there. And we actually had a smooth transaction.
That's so lucky, though, because, like...
He didn't pull out?
When I swapped... Because some people want to swap their seats to different seats. Even though the theater is close to getting full, like, they want to switch it to the only seats that are available. And within, like, 3 seconds of trying to switch to those seats, it's already taken. So I feel like that guy is just really lucky.
Jesus.
Oh yes, Dexter. Do you have any final questions before we go? Me and Dallas have a final story we want to share because it happened to both of us while we were working together alone.
No, I've got no final questions.
And a disclaimer: I love working my job. I don't hate it. It's not my fault. It's not my fault for all these situations happening. It just makes up a great story.
Oh yeah. Have you ever had any moments that just really pissed you off?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people tell me or complain about me is that like, oh, but in the website it didn't say that it was in VIP. That's
the website issues. I forgot about those. I pushed those out of my mind because those are traumatizing.
It makes me want to pull hair out of my head.
So the issue for people who don't know is, Fandango, Google, a lot of websites will post showtimes for theaters, but unless you go on the official site for the movie theater, there are a lot of specifics that they're missing. Now, our theater, if I think about it, I think like Google, for example, only differentiates 2D and 3D. That doesn't account for our AVX. That doesn't account for our VIP. So, for one, they'll get the times wrong, and that's sometimes people looking at the wrong theater's times, which is freaking funny, too. Sometimes you just get so stressed working in a high-level environment like that, Coming into work at 6, and you're basically non-stop serving guests until 8.
Yeah, this will definitely be my last retail job.
But yeah, Dexter, you ready to hear the most insane thing that happened to me in Dallas? And it happened to be the exact same thing.
Can I do the honors?
I was born ready.
I want Dallas to explain this. Because he hit it. He got it much. I don't want to say tougher because it wasn't a.
It was more towards me.
He got the gist of it.
But you were just there to witness it all. So okay, let's begin. It was just a normal night with me and Sam, and then these.
Yeah, it was like 10 o'clock.
And then
we were about
this
to
group
close.
of people came in. Well, it wasn't a group of people, but one of the ladies, she looked about. She was like blonde, mid or late 20s. She came in. She wanted to refund from VIP with all her friends. I don't know why, but
they got kicked out because they were being drunk.
Oh yeah, okay.
That was the situation.
We were just having a decent conversation, talk about our favorite movies and stuff as I was processing the refund for her. And then one of her friends came up and was like talking. She's like, "Oh, hey, I'm just talking to my friend Dallas. We're just talking." And in that tone, I can tell that she was obviously drunk. And then we were just not even like 5 seconds later, she asked me this one question that I cannot get out of my head.
I'm already worried.
Have you?
I know the question.
Have you ever had someone sit on your face?
Wait, hold on, just to make sure I heard you correctly. You said
Sit.
stand, right?
No, sit.
Ah, okay, all right. See that I was like, wow, that's some real kinky
That's some,
shit right
that's
there.
some Dan Schneider stuff right there. anyways. After she asked me that, I was like, no. She was like, would you like someone to? I was like, no. Like, she was like, do you have like a business number I can keep or anything? I was like, no.
Shot the fuck
and then
down.
I print
down.
And then I
Savage
print out like
Dallas.
a refund sheet where they have to like write their name and number, and so like I was.
Meanwhile, her friends are spending like $40 or $50 on like premium 3 glasses they're buying from me, and I'm like, yo, whatever, we need to sell these. They want them, they
And
can
then I
have
asked
them.
her to write her name and phone number on the sheet, and what she does next will blow your mind. She picks it up, she licks it seductively, and then gives it back to me. And she's like, "Is that enough for you?"
I don't remember this
like,
part.
I
don't
think you
remember
were
this
like
part.
away for a second to get something or something like that.
I was probably busy with transactions, or maybe talking on the radio, because that's a thing that I don't know if you knew, because you may not have had the radio at the time, Dallas. You must have not known, but I was getting calls constantly. Well, not calls, but like messages constantly from the management that were like, "Hey, like, do you need us to come in and kick them out? Like, are they being a nuisance?" I'm like, they might have been a nuisance in VIP, but they're buying like a shit ton of stuff off us for no reason. So like, you guys being the capitalists you are, you may want them to stay and just keep emptying their wallets for you.
Okay,
I love this story.
Okay, because
that
they were
makes more
already on
sense
their way
to
out
what I'm
anyway.
gonna say next.
Yeah.
So as she gets, she leaves temporarily, and then once we're doing some more transactions, I think she comes over to Sam with a handful of change and just like not like chucks it, but like tosses the whole bunch of change towards Sam. She's like, "Here, have this tips," and Sam was like, "No, we don't accept tips." And she was like, "Come on, take these big tips, because I like your."
It wasn't like a couple of nickels either.
Like
it was
toonies,
like $4 or
loonies,
$5 that she was
toonies,
trying to
loonies,
give
like
us.
thrown at us.
So did she like
It
underhand
was-
toss
yeah.
them kind of thing?
Yeah, basically, she
And,
underhand
like, spreads
tossed
all
me
over the
$4
place,
in
and
change.
She's like, "Here, take these big tips, because I like your penises." Exact quote.
Yeah, I remember that.
She. Oh my fucking
And
god.
that's not it.
I'm gonna. I thought I was gonna need a shower after this. I'm gonna need like a double shower.
You're gonna need
Double
extra hot
shower.
water.
He's getting
Dexter
a golden
shower combo.
He's gonna have to
You're
wash
gonna
his
need extra
toes
hot
very
water.
significantly.
Oh yeah. for
Anyways, her friend comes and she's like, "I'm so sorry, guys. She's just really drunk. She doesn't know what she's saying." And then her last thing was, how old are you?" She kept asking me my age. I'm like, "How old are you?" I didn't want to answer, but at the same time, I wanted to answer because I wanted. I was 18.
Weren't you like
but,
17 at the time?
I want.
Okay. Yeah, because I was
Yeah,
only 15 or 16.
I want to answer, but I didn't want to answer because I wanted to hear her response to it. Because at this point, it was just really funny. At that point, hearing her answers, and it was just really great, and it's wasting our time, which is wasting our time. So I'm getting paid for this anyway. So like, I finally respond as her friend is dragging her away. I'm like, "I'm 18," and she's like, her last words were, "See, I told you he's legal," and then they're gone. The end.
Oh my fucking god. I would have laughed my ass off if you lied and you're like, "I'm 12." Just see what she fucking reacts.
But yeah, that right there, that by far is the most memorable thing that ever happened to either of us at work.
Well, I would like to say that was a
I've been
lovely
waiting to
story.
say that for like a month now. Ever since I saw this podcast, I'm like, this is my time to shine. Well, I hope I can. I hope I'll come back again soon. It was really fun talking to you guys, and hope I come back. I will.
Come back,
definitely will.
Dallas. Come back at some point.